down, you have, in the Google Meet in the down, you have 3 dots, right? So you have to click on the 3 dots and you can change the layout. You have an option to change layout. Let me show you. So if you click on these 3 dots, you can go to change layout, and there you can select spotlight option. The spotlight option. Okay. By default, it will be auto. You have to change it to spotlight. If you change it to spotlight, you will be able to see the full screen. Okay. Yeah. So you can have to click on the 3 dots, click on change layout, and choose spotlight option. Third option. Yeah. Fine. Let's get started. Let me. So let's understand like what is the today's agenda and what we are going to discuss. Coming to myself Hitesh, I do have 13 years of oral experience on data side into IT, and coming to Snowflake, I have 5+ years of experience in Snowflake Cloud Data Warehouse, in Snowflake Data Cloud. That's pretty much about myself. Coming to who this course is for, right? It's for working professionals who are already working as a developer, lead, a tester, or admin, even architect and managers, and even for folks who doesn't have any IT experience. See, since Snowflake is a cloud database sort of, okay, the prerequisite for this course is SQL. So folks with SQL knowledge can enroll, but if you are not from SQL background, or if you are a fresher, don't worry, like we'll have separate SQL sessions, okay, for non-SQL background folks. So we'll be starting from basic to advanced. You don't have to worry. So even if you're fresher or if you're not from data background, you don't have to worry at all, since we'll be starting from basic. Okay. So we'll have separate SQL sessions for non-SQL or non-data background folks. So we'll be able to cop up. Okay, we'll there in those SQL sessions, we'll be starting from basic. Okay, and for already working professionals, if you're already working on data side, you don't have to join the initial basic SQL sessions. As you can join like after 4-5 sessions, 4-5 SQL sessions. So how it is usually from Monday to Friday we'll have the Snowflake content, and every Saturday we'll have SQL session. Before we get started with Snowflake, initially we'll have one SQL session for non-data background folks to make them understand what is a database, what is SQL, what are the basic commands in SQL and all. Then we'll continue this approach. So like say Monday to Friday we'll have Snowflake content, Snowflake sessions, and every Saturday we'll have like SQL session. Okay. So the prerequisites for this course is good to have SQL knowledge. SQL is what is required. And since Snowflake is in cloud, right, we don't need to install any software as such. Okay. We just need a browser and internet. If you have to practice, right, Snowflake, you don't have to install any software as such. I'll show you how to create a Snowflake free trial account. You'll get 120 days of free trial with just your mail ID without passing any debit or credit card details. We can enroll for a Snowflake trial account, 120 days free trial account with just your mail ID, and like that. After that, also with same mail ID, you can enroll for another 120 days. Okay, so you don't have to install anything, or you don't. It is not licensed as such. Since it is in cloud, it is pay-as-you-go model in cloud. Don't worry, I'll explain what it is. Okay, so let's understand. You have a lot of technologies in market, right? Why in specific you have to learn Snowflake first? Okay, so Snowflake has got good demand in market. The reason I'll explain, both technical reasons as well as like why it is demanding. Got it? So if you are already from data background, many people think Snowflake is like Snowflake schema. No, okay, it is not Snowflake schema. Snowflake schema is one of the ways we design a database as a data warehouse. Okay, but Snowflake, it is not Snowflake schema. Snowflake is a database, cloud database sort of. Okay, it is primarily used as a cloud data warehouse, but initially when it started as a cloud data warehouse, but we can use it for a lot of other workloads. Okay, so let's understand why, like in specific, you have to learn Snowflake. Okay, I'll explain you the technical reasons. Before we go to technical reasons, let's understand how is the market trend now. So if you take our previous batch students, right, like majority of them, even in this batch, a lot of candidates are from referral. So our candidates are able to like crack interviews on Snowflake. See, since Snowflake is a new technology, it was not there in market since long. Like say since 2019-20 onwards, Snowflake started booming. Okay, say 2020 onwards. So a lot of companies who hire on Snowflake, they would be expecting you to have 2 to 4 years of relevant Snowflake experience. They won't expect say 8 years, 9 years of experience, because that time the technology itself was not there. I mean, got it? So since Snowflake is a new technology, you suppose if you have to change the domain, or even if you have to like uh, uh, like present certain experience, right? Even if you keep 2 to 4 years of relevant experience on Snowflake, you will have opportunities. Whatever is your overall experience, out of that, if you keep like say 2 to 4 years of relevant Snowflake experience, you'll have opportunities. So if you take overall experience, right? I mean, if you claim to have even 2 years, you'll have calls. But for 2 years, now since the market is a bit down, like for 2 years, you will get calls, but it will be less. But overall 3 years, if you claim, overall 3 years, you have got a lot of opportunities on Snowflake. Okay, and I mean overall 3 years. Out of that, you can claim even 2 years of experience on Snowflake as well, relevant Snowflake experience. So uh, if you claim like say 3 years of experience, minimum you will get 8 lakhs. I mean the packages. This is overall experience. For this experience, on average, these are the packages that you get in India. Okay, not just in India, even in US, you have got good in abroad also, US and UK also, you have a lot of opportunities on Snowflake. I'll explain you the technical reasons why Snowflake has got demand. Before we go there, why our candidates are able to crack interviews, let's understand that. See, in our content, right, as a part of our sessions, daily basis, you'd be getting like I mean, recording of that particular session. Okay, and then the detailed code what we use, it'll be SQL code primarily. Since it is a database, we'll be using SQL, which will be easy to learn. As I said, if you're not from SQL background, don't worry, we'll be getting started from basic. Okay, I mean SQL session separately will be covering, and you'll get the detailed document, you'll get the SQL code, okay, daily basis, and then the detailed document and interview preparation kit you're going to get. For each and every topic, you are going to have a interview preparation kit where you'll get all the sort of scenarios that you get in interviews, or certification, Snowflake, Snowpro certification, not just questions with answers you're going to have. Okay, the scenarios with solutions. Got it? And not just that, uh, once all our, whenever we discuss any specific topic, we'll be discussing in depth whatever challenges you face, like what sort of issues we face, how do we do the error handling, all of that practically. And in the end, like when we discuss project overview, right, you'll get the complete details on like how to explain your project. Okay, what sort of clients are using Snowflake, all those details. Okay, so what we have observed is, even though you have learned in the interviews, when you express that, that's when you'll crack the interviews, right? So you'll be getting even the project overview and introduction, how to introduce yourself, and what you have to explain about your project. Okay, where you I mean all these resources, right? um, like if you opt for training everywhere, you won't get all this, right? So what we
So
have
I'm
observed
not
is,
able to hear you.
can you hear me, guys? Hello?
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear.
we are able to.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can
And
hear
hope
you.
you are able to see the screen as well.
Right.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, maybe you can drop off and join back. Hello? Anyone else facing any other issue? You can put it in the chat if anyone has any issue. Okay. So as a part of project overview, right? It's not just that. Here, in case of Snowflake, majorly we'll have migration projects. Like say, majority of the data would be getting migrated from different relational databases. Let me show you. Like say, Oracle, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, Teradata, SAP, Hadoop. Okay, from different sources, data would be migrating to Snowflake. So they would ask the challenges, what challenges you faced when you migrate data from there, from that specific database to Snowflake. So you'd be getting all the details and like what challenges you face from say SQL Server to Snowflake migration, or SAP to Snowflake migration, Oracle to Snowflake, Netezza to Snowflake, that way. Okay, so the complete details you're going to have. So you'll be able, I mean, you don't face any issue as such, like when you have to, suppose if even if you claim certain experience on Snowflake. Okay, so you can easily manage like 2 to 4 years of relevant Snowflake experience. Like after this, whatever, see, and as I said, if you have to switch, since Snowflake is new technology, whatever is your past experience, if you claim recent 2 to 4 years of relevant experience, you will be able to get opportunities on Snowflake. Okay, now let's understand the technical reasons why Snowflake has got, I mean, is a hot skill and demanding in market. Okay, guys, if you face any issue in between, you can let me know. So everyone would have heard about relational databases like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL. Okay, so guys, if you're not from data background, I'll explain, as I said, from very basic on a data side in a separate sessions. Okay, because there are candidates from different levels of experience joining our sessions, right? So far, like even like say 20 years experience candidates also got trained from me. So it will be from basic to advanced. You don't have to worry. So in order to make the people who are already from data background not to get bored, like we have split it the SQL sessions separately. Okay. So initial few SQL sessions, if you're from data background, you can skip. Those who doesn't have any data background, they can join the initial basic SQL sessions. Okay, I'll keep you posted. Don't worry. So here, everyone would have heard about relational databases, Oracle, SQL Server, PostgreSQL, MySQL, right? Suppose basically when you install this software, like say Oracle, SQL Server, or any of this software in one computer, we call that as a database server, right? If you install this software, either Oracle, SQL Server in a computer, we call that as a database server. So in in this, I mean, in the database server, if we try to load any data, okay, if we maintain any data, so it will be stored in the hard disk of that particular computer. Okay, whatever data we load into our tables, like using SQL, we'll insert the data, right? Or there are other options to load data. So if you load any data into your database, it will be stored in the hard disk of that particular server, database server. And whenever we have to access the data, right, it will, I mean, suppose someone wanted to access the data which is there in our database, then yeah, in that scenario, so if you have to, you know, right, like if you have to if you have to run any query, usually we'll use SQL to access the data that is there in a relational database, right? So if you run any SQL query, it would need compute power. So in order to run a SQL query on top of a database, we would need compute resources or compute power, like say processor, RAM. Okay. So that how we would get that compute power is, it will make use of the compute power of or compute resources of that same server, same machine where your data is stored. So in case of relational databases, storage and compute will be in same machine, right? So whenever you know, nowadays volume of data is growing very fast, right? Because of Internet of Things, digital I mean exposure, right? Like data is growing very fast. Okay, so when volume of data increases, right? When volume of data increases, what will happen? Since it is in same mission, right? You will face performance issues if volume of data increases, right? And if number of users increase, that time also, like since we have in that machine, if you have certain capacity of RAM or processor, like based on the capacity of that processor and RAM, how many queries you can handle in at same point of time. There are certain limitations, right? Also, like if volume of data increases, if you try to query the huge volume of data, performance will get degraded. So to improve that performance, what we can do in case of relational databases is you can increase the capacity of that particular computer. Like say you can add more hard disk, you can add more RAM, you can upgrade that processor to high-end processor, right? CPU. So to this existing server, like existing machine, like I can increase the capacity. That we call it as vertical scaling. Okay, adding more RAM processor, I mean upgrading to high-end processor, more storage, right? That is like uh, vertical scaling. Okay, but in case of say relational database like say Oracle or SQL Server, you can't kind of distribute that workload to multiple computers, right? So here it is like, I mean, vertical scaling is like one big machine will do all the work for you. Think logically. Say you are very talented. Okay, you are very intelligent. Even though you are very intelligent, you'll have limited 24 hours of time, right? How much work you'll be able to do, even if you are very talented. So I mean, this is vertical scaling is like upgrading. I mean, the same mission. Okay, that one big mission will do all the work for you, but you can't distribute that workload, right? If you can distribute that workload to multiple machines, okay, that is horizontal scaling. If you can connect all the group of computers as a like all those computers if you group through network. Okay, if you connect them through network as a group, and if you can distribute the workload to those computers, right? Then like multiple machines will work for you, right? Together for you. Okay, that we can't kind of, that is horizontal scaling that we can't kind of do in relational databases. Okay, so that's when Hadoop came in. If you understand, few years back, Hadoop big data, everyone would have heard. Like that was a buzz, like few years back, but that did not click as expected. Okay, in our regular sessions, I'll explain what flaws we have in Hadoop architecture and how Snowflake has overcome those challenges. I mean, like whatever issues we have in this Hadoop architecture. Okay, so basically here, since we are, in case of relational databases, since we have storage and compute in same machine, all right, like all the time, your compute also should be running, right? Irrespective of whether you are using or not, your compute also should be running. Okay, so this server, if you maintain ourselves, okay, if you buy a computer, if you install that software, Oracle or any database, right? I mean RDBMS, and if you maintain ourselves, that we call it as on premises. Okay, so that is, one second, guys. Will, if you have any confusion, you can ask. If there are any doubts, we'll take it in the end. Okay, any confusion for anyone? Okay, so here, um, like on premises means if if we maintain that database server on our own. Okay, if we buy a computer, if we install the software, if we maintain everything on our own, that is like on premises. But nowadays you would have heard about cloud, right? Like we have AWS, Amazon Web Services. From Amazon we have this AWS cloud. From Microsoft we have Azure cloud. From Google we have Google Cloud Platform, right? So I mean, in cloud, what advantages we get is like you'll you don't have to worry about hardware. That is, you don't have to buy a computer. Okay, so let me show you. So these things, like, and if your client is maintaining your database server on their own, okay, there will be multiple database servers. All those database center servers which they maintain, right? I mean, multiple database centers, sorry, database servers which they maintain. Okay, if they all of those servers they'll maintain at one place. You call that as data center. Got it? Okay, so if your client is maintaining data center on their own, they have to take care of infrastructure, security, electricity, and the software or hardware we need to keep on upgrading. All those costs, the customer has to take care, right? Whoever is maintaining, like he has to take care if it is like on premises. Okay, but in cloud, what you would get is we can choose. I mean, through internet, we can if you log into your cloud account, right? You can choose how much capacity of machine I need, a computer I need. Like say, what is the RAM, what is the hard disk, what is the like processor capacity. I can choose, and I don't have to buy that computer. Okay, based on how much time I use that computer, I'll pay the cost. That flexibility you will get in cloud. Okay, so these cloud providers, like say AWS, Azure, or GCP, I mean, those are the major public cloud providers, right? Apart from that, there are other cloud providers as well. Our Snowflake, one of the main reasons why it is demanding is Snowflake is not just restricted to one public cloud. Okay, either AWS or Azure. It is available on all major public cloud providers, that is Amazon, I mean AWS, Azure, and GCP. In all these three cloud platforms, Snowflake is available. We can, if your client is using Azure, they can go with Snowflake. If your client is using AWS, like they can go with Snowflake. Okay, that advantage we have. But apart from that, there are other things also. Let me explain. See here, um, so you in cloud, like suppose if you want a computer, based on how much time I need, I'll pay the cost. I don't have to buy that computer. Okay. In the back end, that cloud provider, like say AWS or Azure or whatever cloud it is, they will take care of infrastructure, the electricity, security, all those aspects. They will take care. Okay. So now here, these cloud providers, like say AWS, Azure, or GCP, they will operate primarily in three modes. Okay, there are three models of cloud service. There is all the public cloud providers, how they offer the services is they are offering three models. Okay, one is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. See, on premises means you will take care of everything: storage, networking, installing the OS, installing the software, all of that you manage. That is, your client will manage. On premises means infrastructure services, one of the cloud service models. Okay, in infrastructure as a service, you will get I mean, from your cloud provider. See, managed by Microsoft. I mean, if it is Azure, if it is AWS, it will be managed by Amazon, like that. Okay, I mean, these things. Say, if it is infrastructure as a service, infrastructure means, right? In cloud, you are going to get a computer. Okay, your cloud provider will take care of networking, like say they'll take care of electricity. Okay, how much capacity you need to choose. Got it? Then if it is infrastructure as a service, you will get a computer in cloud. You can install your OS, whatever OS you want, either Windows or Linux or whatever OS you want, that you can install. And you can install your own software, what you want. And we can make use, I mean, we can manage that particular thing. You'll just get a computer in cloud. That is like infrastructure as a service. Okay. Platform as a service means along with that computer, even OS installation, even kind of that software also, the cloud provider itself will provide. Okay, you have to take care of managing your data, and then say admin part of that particular data we need to take care. Suppose with respect to data, if you take platform as a service, um, along with the OS, okay, even that particular which software you wanted to install, you can choose. Okay, and like suppose SQL Server is there or Oracle is there, you can get that Oracle I mean, as a service here in cloud. Suppose if you take AWS, you have RDS, relational data, I mean, store, relational data store, RDS. Got it? So there you can choose Oracle or SQL Server, MySQL, this which relational database you want. Okay, in cloud. Along with OS, you'll get that software as well. But in Oracle or SQL Server, you have to maintain indexes. You have to maintain partitions. I mean, you have to create, if volume of data is more, we'll create partitions. Guys, if you're not from data background, we'll be covering all these things in detail as we progress. Don't worry. Okay. How much ever you can understand on this. I wanted to highlight one thing here. Here, I mean, there are three models in which cloud providers will operate, right? Service models: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. In software as a service, you don't have to worry about even like creating indexes, partitioning the data, I mean, admin part also. Got it? Our Snowflake is software as a service in cloud. Okay. Snowflake, it is software as a service in cloud. Got it? So if you take the competitors for Snowflake, I mean, with respect to cloud data warehouse, if you take just
Hello.
cloud data, yeah,
Sorry for the disturbance. Can you re-explain cloud models? I'm not get clearly.
yeah, you'll be getting the recording as well. I'm not sure. I think you are outside. Okay. Let me explain, however, on high level. See, infrastructure as a service means you'll get computer in cloud. Okay. A certain, a particular machine, you'll get a machine in cloud, a computer in cloud. So you have to take care of installing the OS, installing the software, okay, and managing the other aspects. In platform as a service, along with the machine in cloud, you will get, I mean, the cloud provider itself will take care of OS installation. Okay, you can choose which OS need to be installed, and even the software you'll get from the cloud provider itself. You don't have to worry about that part. Okay, so what you have to focus is you need to manage your data. Like, say, you need to take care of, there is something called, I mean, in a database we'll be creating indexes for performance. Okay, you will be creating partitions. Okay, if the volume of data is more, for you will partition your tables. Okay, such things we need to take care if it is platform as a service. In software as a service, even the index maintenance, like say the partitioning, all those things are taken care by Snowflake itself. I mean, the cloud provider itself. Got it? Our Snowflake cloud database, right? Or Snowflake data cloud or cloud data warehouse, that is software as a service in cloud. So what it is, for your clients, what they have to manage has gone down. Now they don't have to worry about infrastructure management, or installing the OS, installing the software, all of those things. Okay, they will have to focus on, like say, um, using their data for their business, how to grow their business. Got it? They don't have to worry about the back end parts, like say infrastructure, security, electricity, software or hardware upgrades. All those things they don't have to worry, the clients. Okay, and apart from this, let's see um, the benefits in terms of architecture. See, in our regular sessions, I'll explain in detail, and even the cloud operating models. Okay, this infrastructure as a service, software as a service, with examples, you'll get clarity that time. So if you take the benefits for Snowflake in terms of architecture, the other benefits with in terms of architecture in Snowflake, storage is separate and compute is separate. Okay, so all our data will be stored separately in storage layer in cloud. Since data is stored in cloud, you don't have I mean, any limit in terms of how much volume of data you can store. In cloud, you can store how much ever volume of data you want, petabytes of data also. Got it? And how we'll pay cost is based on usage. Suppose for the entire month, if I use say 10 terabytes of data, okay, I'm storing 10 terabytes of data in Snowflake. I mean, in my, so how I'll pay cost is for that month, for how much our volume of data I have used, I'll pay cost. Okay, and there is no limit in terms of how much volume of data you can store, since data is stored in cloud. How it stores data in Snowflake, we'll have a detailed session as we progress. You'll understand that. And for query processing, that is compute. So if you have to run anything, right, anywhere, you need compute power, right? That is processor, RAM, those things. How you would get that compute power in Snowflake is using virtual warehouses. You have a separate layer for compute called query processing. There in query processing layer, you have virtual warehouses. What is a virtual warehouses? It is a cluster of compute nodes. Okay, guys, you'll get clarity by end of this session. If you have any doubts, I'll clarify. I'll clarify all your doubts. Don't worry. So here, I mean, in Snowflake architecture, storage is separate, compute is separate. This is one of the primary advantage for Snowflake. Okay, in terms of architecture. So here, all your data will be stored separately in storage layer. Okay, how it stores? Like I will have a detailed session. It stores in micro partitions and columnar way by default. I'll explain that in detail as we progress, and it will be stored in cloud. Since data is stored in cloud, there is no limit in terms of how much volume of data you can store. You can store how much and whatever volume of data it is, even petabytes, right? Okay, and then how we would get compute power in Snowflake is we have a separate layer for compute called query processing. There we have virtual warehouses. Let me explain what is virtual warehouse on high level. We'll have a detailed session on virtual warehouse, okay, as we progress, but I'll explain on high level. To run anything, we need compute resources, right? So here in Snowflake, how we would get that compute power is using virtual warehouses. Virtual warehouse is not a data warehouse. Don't get confused. Virtual warehouse in Snowflake is nothing but cluster of compute nodes. Cluster means group. Okay, that is you will get a group of computers to run your queries. So we have different sizes of virtual warehouses. And virtual warehouses in Snowflake comes in different t-shirt sizes, like say extra small, small, medium, large, extra large. Okay. Suppose if you choose the warehouse size is extra small, I would get a compute power of one machine. Okay, power of one computer. If I choose the warehouse size as small, in the backend, I'll get a cluster of two compute nodes. That is, I would get compute power of two machines. Okay. If I choose the warehouse size as medium, right, virtual warehouse size, I'll get compute power of four machines. If I choose the warehouse size as large, I'll get compute power of eight machines. Okay. So if you observe here, the compute power is getting doubled. I mean, the cluster size. Cluster means group of computers. Okay. So in the backend, Snowflake takes care of all of this. We can increase this warehouse size anytime. Okay. So what is the max warehouse size? The virtual warehouse size that we can choose is 6XL. It is in general available state. 6XL means, see, extra small means one compute node, small means two compute nodes, medium means four. Okay, it keeps on doubling. Large means 8, XL means 16, 2XL means 32, 3XL means 64. That is, I would get a cluster of 64 computers, a group of 64 computers in the backend. If I choose the warehouse size as 3XL, I mean, that much compute power I would get. 6XL means you would get compute power of 512 machines. A group of 512 computers will you would get to run your queries. Okay. So in terms of compute, you can increase this warehouse size anytime. Let me show you practically for your reference, on high level. Suppose, see, this is how, like on regular basis, you would be getting for all and each and every topic, you would be getting this code as well, whatever we discuss. Suppose, for example, I would like to run this query. Select star from this table to see the data. Okay, from a specific table. If I have to run this query, I need compute power, right, to access the data, say the processor and RAM and the compute power. How I would get that compute power in Snowflake is using virtual warehouse. Here is where I have chosen the warehouse, compute warehouse. Okay, what is the size of that warehouse? Extra small. This warehouse size, I mean, if the warehouse is extra small, what does that mean? I would get compute power of one machine. See, extra small means compute power of one machine. Small means two machines. Okay, cluster, a group of two computers. Medium means group of four computers. I mean, that much power I would get to run my queries. Now, say for example, I wanted to increase the warehouse size to large. Okay, I can increase the warehouse size anytime. Suppose if I have to make it as large, I can increase anytime. Got it? Now, if I run my query using this warehouse, compute warehouse, which is of size large, how much power I'm going to get to run this query? Large means like how many compute nodes? 8. Okay, in the backend, I'm going to get a cluster of 8 compute nodes. Got it? So based on the queries or number of users, right? Like we can, there are options to scale our compute. Okay, that is increase the capacity of our compute. You got it, guys? So here the advantage with Snowflake architecture is, since storage is separate, compute is separate, whenever we don't need compute power, say mainly Snowflake will use for analysis purpose as a data warehouse. I'll explain that. Don't worry. What is data warehouse? So if you are doing analysis means, we may not run the queries all the time, right? 24/7. So only during daytime or only during weekdays, that is Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday. On Sunday, we may not run any of the queries and do analysis. I mean, if you are doing, we will get, we may not do full time, right? All 24 hours. So whenever we don't need compute, since storage is separate, compute is separate, whenever we don't run any queries, we can suspend this warehouse. Okay, we can suspend this virtual warehouse. If you don't see, even in now in this case, the virtual warehouse is in suspended state. See, suspended. That means we are not paying any compute cost now. We are not paying any compute cost now. Whenever I need, suppose I need to run my queries, which takes 65 seconds. I'll pay cost only for 65 seconds. I mean, based on how much time the warehouse is active, I'll be paying the cost, compute cost. In Snowflake, okay, storage costs are very minimal. On average, if you store 1 terabyte of data for the end, you'll pay around $23. Okay, for the entire month, if you store 1 terabyte of data, we are going to pay $23. Okay, and I mean, so storage costs are very minimal, and that too in Snowflake, if you try to load any data, by default, all that data will get compressed. Okay, all your data will get compressed and encrypted as well. So we'll be paying storage cost on top of compressed data. Got it? And for in case of compute, we'll pay compute cost based on how much time my virtual warehouse is active. Okay, it is like pay as you go model. Got it? Suppose, as I said, since storage and compute are not coupled, not in same machine, whenever we don't need compute, we can suspend the virtual warehouse. So we can save the compute cost. Got it? Okay. And even if I increase the warehouse size, my virtual warehouse size, got it? I can reduce that. I mean, decrease that warehouse size anytime, or I can increase it to still bigger size. How much ever, I mean, even if it is bigger warehouse size, how much time my warehouse is in is an active state, right? Based on that, I'll pay the cost, compute cost. Okay, you don't have to like say, suppose I have used extra large warehouse size. It was active for 2 minutes. Then I'll pay cost only for 2 minutes. You got it? So your clients will get the flexibility to increase the capacity of compute, or they can store how much or volume of data they want, and they'll pay cost only based on what they use. These advantages they'll get in Snowflake architecture. Okay, here coming to compute, we discussed that you can increase the warehouse size up to 6xl, right? 6xl means you'll get compute power of a group of 512 computers, right? That 6xl warehouse size, you can set it as a multi-cluster warehouse in auto scale mode. Okay, as we progress in our regular sessions, I'll explain in detail about virtual warehouse. We'll have 3 sessions on warehouse itself. It is very important because in Snowflake, mainly what are the costs associated is mainly the compute cost. Okay, where we'll pay cost to Snowflake mainly is compute cost. So it plays a major role. So we'll have detailed, different scenarios we are going to discuss on virtual warehouse, all options, whatever we have. Okay, when to go with see, we can scale this virtual warehouse vertically and horizontally. When to go with those scalings, vertical or horizontal scaling, all of those scenarios we'll be discussing in detail. So if you set your, say, for example, 6xl virtual warehouse to auto scale mode, okay, we can, whenever we have more number of queries, right? More number of users, you would have observed one thing. During peak hours, okay, whenever traffic is more on a website or anywhere, during peak hours, whenever number of users are more who are accessing, say, any database, your queries will get queued, right? I mean, they won't run immediately. Once the old queries which are already in progress, once they complete, then your new queries will start running. To handle that issue, we have, in Snowflake, we can scale the virtual warehouse horizontally. Okay, so if you set it to auto scale mode, we can, this 6XL virtual warehouse, that is, which has got 512 computers power, we can add 10 clusters of such size. These clusters, right, will automatically get added based on the workload. That is how many queries our users are being using. Okay, if any queries are waiting in queue, it will automatically add additional clusters up to 10 clusters. That means you can scale the compute up to of your virtual warehouse up to 5,120 compute nodes. You can think of, if one mission itself is able to handle, if you get a group of 5,120 computers working for you, to run your queries, to what, how many what level of complexity we can handle, how much volume of data we can handle, you can think of. Okay, so, and that also, that particular additional clusters, whenever queries are waiting in queue, whatever additional clusters it has added, once the workload goes down, okay, once the number of users goes down, immediately it will automatically remove those clusters. How much your time the additional clusters are active will pay cost only for that. These kind of options we have in Snowflake. Got it? So your clients, you can think of, if clients are getting all these benefits, that's the reason, one of the reason why they'll go with Snowflake. Apart from this, as I said, Snowflake is available in all cloud platforms as a software as a service. What advantage we get since it is software as a service is, I'll explain now. It will be easier for the users to use, for your clients to use. Okay, and nowadays, how is the trend is, clients are switching. If you take infrastructure side, AWS is good. Data services, Azure is good. Artificial intelligence and machine learning, GCP, Google Cloud is good. Now clients don't want to restrict to one cloud. They wanted to use other clouds. They wanted to use, make, to take advantage of the benefits, right? They wanted to use the services in other cloud as well. In such scenario, since Snowflake is available in all clouds, it is cloud agnostic, and it is available in all three major public cloud platforms: Azure, AWS, and GCP. So irrespective of whichever cloud your client is using, if you learn Snowflake, you'll have opportunities. So opportunities will be more. It's not just that. Let's explain. Since Snowflake is software as a service, right? That means everything the cloud provider itself will take care. So what advantages we get is, let me show you. If you would have heard about say Chat GPT, right? Nowadays that is trending. Okay, you have something called LLM models. Okay, all these are linked with this generative AI, and LLM models are linked with Chat GPT. Nowadays, a majority of the clients wanted to use Chat GPT, right? So since Snowflake is software as a service, whatever is trending on data side, Snowflake is adding all those features. Suppose, to make use of your Chat GPT side kind of services, you have, that is generative AI and LLM. You have a feature called Cortex in Snowflake. Okay, Snowflake will keep releasing new features. In a sense, like how it is, if your client wanted to use them, they can use. Okay, they don't want to go and get some other new product. They can make use of all these services within Snowflake. Got it? Say nowadays, unstructured data is also growing fast, right? Say PDFs, images, audio files, video files. So if you have to analyze your PDFs, extract the text out of PDFs, from your documents, basically, you have document AI within Snowflake. Since it is software as a service, they're adding these kind of features. You can just easily make use of those features. They'll give quick learning guides also, how your clients can quickly use that. Okay, you don't have to develop all those things or go with some other product. Within Snowflake, you can make use of all these features. Okay, don't get confused. What I'm trying to explain is, since Snowflake is software as a service, it is never going to kind of say go outdated.
Okay, it won't get outdated. They'll keep whatever is trending on data side, they'll try to bring that into Snowflake. Okay, if your client wanted to use them, they can use. If they don't want to use, they can use it as whatever purpose they're using earlier. Got it? I mean, as a developer, even if all these features are getting added, you don't have to kind of mandatory learn them. If your client is willing to use those features, they can use. Or else, whatever we are using, that UI will be same. See, this is the Snowflake UI for your reference. In this UI itself, okay, if they wanted to use, they can use those features, or they can leave, they can ignore them. For us as a developer, our whatever we are doing, that won't change. Got it? Okay. So what advantage you get? Your client, I mean, if they move their data into Snowflake, they can do everything within Snowflake. They wanted to make Snowflake as a one place for all your client needs. Got it? A lot of features they're adding, say data products, Snowflake Future Store. Okay, there are a few game-changing features which Snowflake has. Say even this generative AI, this Cortex, right? That is also one such feature. Apart from this, um, let me show you. Say you have marketplace in Snowflake. Let me show you. So in Snowflake, if you see, you have marketplace. In marketplace, you know, right, nowadays, suppose if you take trading data, share market data, say national stock exchange, or even in US, whatever, there are few clients who would provide recommendations on buy this stock or sell this stock, like that, right? So those clients, okay, for example, so this share market data, trading data is common for everyone, right? Such data sets you will be available in marketplace. Okay, what you can do is, if any clients who wanted to provide those recommendations, they don't have to maintain all trading data in their database. Okay, they can get such data sets in marketplace. They can buy those data sets with minimal amount. Okay, they'll get, I mean, these data sets in marketplace are not static, they're dynamic. That is, suppose on Monday if market opens, that data will keep adding in your data set. You will also get those data sets, I mean, that data for your analysis. Okay, so even suppose I have some data, what I am maintaining, I wanted to sell that data to someone else, to some other clients, or to a specific clients I wanted to sell. I can choose that option. You wanted to sell with specific clients, or you wanted to publish to marketplace. Got it? Suppose you wanted to, that is generic data. I wanted to sell that data and make use of that, I mean, data. After making use of the data, what I am maintaining for my analysis purpose, I wanted to sell that data for someone else and make money. That also we can do in Snowflake. Okay, you can sell your data or you can buy data sets. Suppose if you see, you have, it's not just data. See, data, you can sell your data and buy data sets. That is one thing. Okay, apart from that, you can sell your data applications also, data apps also. Okay, see, if you observe here, you have apps also in marketplace. I mean, as a data products, we can create our own apps, data applications, and we can sell those data applications. Future is going to be this way. Well, if you are developing some application, data application, you would have, I mean, spent a lot of time and money, right, in developing that. Suppose after making use of that application for my own purpose, if you wanted to sell that to someone else, if you are using Snowflake, you can do that. In marketplace, you can sell your data or buy your data sets, or you can sell your applications, or you can buy applications also, data applications. These kind of features you have in Snowflake. Okay, I mean, which will be the trending. I mean, going forward, the trend would be that way. Got it? That's the reason a lot of clients will start using. I mean, already a lot of clients are using Snowflake, and still new clients also are coming up even now. If you take AWS, it has matured. I mean, it has saturated. No new clients are going with AWS. Azure, there are few clients who are still in on-premises. They are moving to Azure. But if you take Snowflake, a lot of clients are using Snowflake. You got it? So these are the few features. Okay, and even if you compare the scope for Snowflake, right? it is going to increase further. The reason is when Snowflake started, okay, let me explain. When Snowflake started, it was primarily used as a data warehouse. I'll explain what is data warehouse as we progress. Don't worry. Okay. Now you can use it for a lot of workloads, data applications, data science, data engineering. Uh, you basically we can design a database for analysis purpose, that is like data warehouse, and transactional purpose, OLTP. Earlier Snowflake was not used for transactional purposes, but now going forward we can use it for transactional purposes also using Unistore. Got it? Snowflake, right? What they're targeting is if any client is coming to Snowflake, they should get end-to-end services within Snowflake. For example, the other thing what I wanted to highlight is, suppose if you take you have data, everyone would have heard about Spark or Databricks if you are on data side, right? So if you take Snowflake, right, within Snowflake you have a feature called Snowpark. With that feature, you will get the same capability that you get with Databricks within Snowflake. Okay, you don't have to use go with Databricks again. Got it? So if your clients move their data to Snowflake, if they start using Snowflake, then within Snowflake they should be able to do everything. AI related, that is artificial related, intelligence related, machine learning related. Okay, you take anything like say even LLM models, right? Um, this generative AI, all of this within Snowflake, they should be able to use. That's the reason why Snowflake is trending. Other technical things, right? As we progress in detail, we'll discuss. Let me explain the other things benefits you get. Like say I would be sharing all the certification dumps with you, and even in our regular sessions, as I said, as a part of interview preparation kit, you'll get detailed like topic wise what sort of scenarios you get, what sort of questions with answers, all those things you'd be discussing, and you'd get the project explanation in detail, so what you have to explain. Okay, and then like the course duration, Snowflake alone it will be 40 hours. Apart from that, SQL around 10 hours of SQL sessions. This SQL sessions, I would say if you're already from data background, initial few sessions you can skip. Okay, and the batch timings would be 7:30 to 8:30. Most probably it will start from say Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll keep you posted. Okay, and regularly the Snowflake sessions will be 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. IST for an hour, Monday to Friday, and every Saturday we'll have SQL session, say from 8 to 9. Okay, majority of the times 8 to 9 1 hour. Sometimes it might get extended for half an hour. Okay, max 1.5 hours. So we'll cover SQL as a part of that Saturday session. If anyone has any doubts, we can discuss now. See, if you are along with Snowflake, if in case if you already have worked on any like data side, like say any ETL tool, reporting tool, okay, they are not, don't worry if even if you are fresher, we'll be discussing those things. Okay, in case like if you already have that exposure, that will be advantage. Along with your existing skills, if you add Snowflake, it will be advantage. Okay, any cloud exposure. So what are the mandatory skills for you to crack and get an offer on Snowflake is Snowflake, Cloud Data Warehouse, SQL. We'll be discussing SQL, don't worry. SQL not on very expert level, to mid-level. Okay, and then data warehousing concepts. So cloud exposure, say either mainly AWS or Azure. We'll be covering both AWS and Azure integration with Snowflake. Okay, GCP also Snowflake is supported, but clients who use Snowflake plus GCP is very rare. Okay, mainly it will be either with Azure and or AWS. Okay, so we'll be covering both. Got it? So apart from this mandatory skills, if you learn these skills, you can easily get an offer on Snowflake. Apart from that, if you have any ETL exposure, reporting exposure, that will be advantage. For we will be covering Azure Data Factory integration also, ETL, Azure Data Factory, and Matillion integration. And then like DBT, along with Snowflake nowadays, DBT is trending. DBT is a transformation tool, open source transformation tool. So if you add these skills, you'll get a lot of opportunities. Even with these skills, right, you'll have opportunities. But along with them, if you add these additional skills, you have got a lot of demand in market. Okay, even last week, like say if you take, I mean, this week, we got 2 offers on Snowflake. Okay, every week at least minimum 2 offers our candidates from previous batch are getting. And that's the reason, even if you take in the current demo also, candidates from previous batches has referred a lot of candidates whoever got offers, irrespective of whatever is your experience. I mean, even if you have 12 years, 15 years of experience also, like since Snowflake is a new technology, if you claim 2 to 4 years of relevant experience, you will be able to switch. Yeah. If anyone has any doubts, we can discuss now. Sorry, I have taken a bit long.
So the thing about the virtual warehouse,
Hmm.
is it like every day, day on day, based on the data, we'll be selecting the warehouse, or
No,
uh,
no, no. I'll explain you how it will be. You can have multiple virtual warehouses also. Got it? But I mean, how you'll decide the warehouse size, all of those things we'll discuss in detail in our regular sessions. Okay? You got
yeah,
an high
okay,
level overview, right? It is I mean, it is just
yeah,
a demo session. I just wanted to highlight what is the advantage you get with the architecture, how your clients are going to benefit, right? Yeah.
yeah.
In
My
regular
question is
sessions,
like
we'll discuss in detail.
based on the volume. Again,
Yeah, there are
is it
different
this?
aspects, say
Okay,
based on volume, based on complexity of the query, and there are other aspects also. Say if you have more queries being submitted at same point of time, that is concurrency issue, right? All those based on those aspects will decide. Okay.
okay.
So it's the performance is depends on the size of the warehouse, right?
Hi.
The cost will be increased, right?
Yeah, yeah, cost also will increase if you go for bigger warehouses. That's why before we choose a bigger warehouse, I mean, for small queries also, we should not go for bigger warehouse. Like I'll explain you in our regular sessions. As I said, we'll within regarding virtual warehouse itself, we'll have 3 sessions. Okay, so you'll get complete clarity on virtual warehouse. Don't worry.
How it
One more question from my end. Is it like you said that you will be showing the integrations with Matillion and DBT, right? So
Mhm.
do we have any free trial for that as well?
Yeah, yeah. DBT is also
Okay,
open source.
okay.
We have DBT Cloud and DBT like I mean both options we have. DBT Cloud is paid, but DBT Core is I mean open source. Now clients, majority of clients would use DBT Core itself, but you'll in DBT Cloud you'll just get the UI. That's it. Fine. Any see guys, don't get confused. As we progress, you'll get complete clarity. It's just a demo session, 1 hour session, right? On each and everything. Say architecture side, virtual warehouse, even other tools. What was discussing, right? You'll get clarity as we progress. Yeah.
So, what are the who are the competitors to the Snowflake, the market?
See, Snowflake earlier it was just a cloud data warehouse. Now it, as I said, it deals with multiple workloads, right? You have to choose in which specific area, which specific workload you wanted to compare. Got it? If you take cloud data warehouse, in Azure we have Azure Synapse, in AWS we have Redshift, in Google you have BigQuery. Those are the competitors. If you take only on data warehouse side, okay. If you take like data engineering workload, you have this Databricks, right? You can compare with Databricks also. Got it? That way, depending on which specific workload you are considering, based on that we have to compare. Okay. But if you take even in terms of cloud data warehouse compared to their competitors, say Redshift or Azure Synapse or BigQuery, Snowflake has a lot of advantages. It's not just a cloud data warehouse, by the way, right? There are a lot of other things. If you migrate data to Snowflake, you can use it as a data warehouse. That is one thing. Apart from that, you can do a lot of other workloads. Okay. And you know, right? Like within Snowflake, you can do artificial intelligence, machine learning related things also. So if you take Redshift or Synapse, you don't have that such flexibility, right? Say to use LLM models or generative AI, but in Snowflake you'll get all those benefits.
Okay, so just trying to understand, like, so Redshift is a like AWS services, right? So
Mm.
at the same time, AWS provide the services related to the AI ML. So then how that AWS is different than the Snowflakes? Because Snowflake is also providing the AI ML model and then the
Mm.
compute. So how this differentiate between the AWS and then the Snowflake side?
AWS is a cloud, cloud provider, right? Snowflake is a service in cloud. Okay. It is software as a service in cloud, Snowflake. So if you have to use in AWS, you have, as you said, there are a lot of services. Okay. Yeah. Into different for different workloads. Within Snowflake, you'll be able to use all of those things. If you maintain your data in Snowflake, since it is software as a service, you don't have to kind of configure other services and then use. Within Snowflake, you'll be able to get a lot of, manage and use a lot of other workloads also. As you progress, you'll get to know. Okay. In the backend, even Snowflake, if you take, it will make use of the any of these three public cloud providers, AWS or Azure or GCP. When we create a Snowflake account, you'll get clarity. Okay. I'll explain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One more question. So initially you said that there's three categories, right? One is like a partially maintained by client and like,
Mhm.
so this is fully maintained by a Snowflake.
Cloud provider itself.
In case
Yeah.
if, yeah, right, this is okay, software based as service.
Mhm.
In case if clients interested to maintain the data because of the privacy or something like, still the option is there, or it's fully controlled
Yeah.
by Snowflake?
See, in Snowflake, you have, different editions. Okay. So standard, enterprise, business critical, virtual private Snowflake. If they wanted to maintain separate things, the clients can go with virtual private Snowflake, but cost will be more for that. Okay. I'll
Oh.
explain those things. Those options we have. But even earlier, if you have any data in on-premises, like if it is in cloud storage, say AWS S3 or Azure Blob, or Google Cloud Storage, Snowflake has got integration. But if it was in on premises or any local servers, uh, there was no option to access that data as such. But now Snowflake has added that option as well. Okay, it has integrated with Dell. Collaborated with Dell, and it has implemented that option as well. Okay, see. Compared to other things, there are a lot of new features which Snowflake has added and going to add as well, since it is software as a service. So how your client wanted to make use of that, it's up to them. Based on their requirement, they can use Snowflake. Got it?
Okay, got it. And one last question. In case if some of the new services softwares needed, if the Snowflake doesn't have a tie-up, any special
No, it's not just tie up. Okay, if you take within India, Snowflake has a very big team. Okay, as a product. Okay, so they are, since it is software service, they wanted to stay competitive in market, and like they wanted to on data side, they wanted to be on top. Okay, so they keep releasing a lot of new features. And if you take, apart from whatever features Snowflake is providing, as you said, they have got very good collaboration with a lot of other technology partners also. See, if you go to Partner Connect, you can see a lot of technology partners, say with respect to business intelligence, CI/CD, data integration, all other things, data science, ML. If you wanted to use any tools also, you take any tool, popular tools. Snowflake has got connectors. It is integrated with Snowflake. See, a lot of tools, say DBT, Fivetran, Informatica, Polaris, okay, Matillion, Click. You got it?
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah, got it. I got it. Thank you.
It's not just that, like Snowflake has a lot of internal features. Apart from that, as you said, like say if you wanted to collaborate with any other tools, for sure Snowflake has got integration with them. They keep, they have a separate partner connect
Keep
itself.
adding.
Yeah. Partner.
Understand.
In this
Sure.
partner connect, if you see, here all partners are not listed. There are a lot of other partners as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Understand.
what we can see in partner connect is, suppose along with Snowflake, I wanted to use this alter. Alter is for say data governance. Within Snowflake, you have data governance features, but you don't want to use them. You wanted to use them to some other tool. You can like these are security and data governance partners. So here, apart from this, there are other partners also. Here they have listed few popular partners, and you wanted to do a POC. Suppose Snowflake account, I wanted to do a POC using Alter. Okay, for my data security, I can do here easily. You don't have to go with that tool, free of cost. Here you'll get that 15 days free trial of this Alter. I can activate and I can use within fraction of seconds. Got it? It has made things easier for us. Okay.
Got it. Sure. Okay.
Hmm.
And this is Snowflake is it's compatible for all industries, right? Like a healthcare, almost
Yeah.
it's covering, or is there
Yes,
any
yes.
challenges with any industry?
No. With all, if you take any domain, Snowflake, even there, I mean, with respect to each domain, also they are planning to have some specific features they are planning to add. Okay, you can search for Snowflake partners. You'll get a huge list. Wait, sorry. Any other questions, guys?
Can we do ETL? I want to relate it to myself. Maybe a bad question, but can we do ETL things in Snowflake?
Yeah. So the ETL capability you would get. Okay.
Okay.
See, this is 1 second. Let me explain this. See, with respect to financial services, healthcare, technology, manufacturing, all domains, you have got clients for Snowflake. Okay, here all the clients are not listed. So here, with respect to few clients, like how they are popular clients, how they are using it. Okay, so even if you take India, in India also Snowflake has got clients. Say National Stock Exchange is using Snowflake, Swiggy is using Snowflake. Okay, even in their usually they'll keep Snowflake data cloud tour in India also, say Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, this way. Okay, and they'll keep events. These guys, Swiggy guys, how they are making use of Snowflake, they'll give demos on those things also. Okay, so even in India, there are clients who are using Snowflake. So here you can find with respect to each domain, which clients are using. A lot of clients.
Okay, got it. Sure.
So one more last question.
Hmm.
Do we have a feasibility of connecting to the third-party applications from Snowflake?
Yes.
Or is it? Okay.
Suppose you wanted to connect to, AWS S3 or Azure Blob, we can integrate within Snowflake.
No.
And yeah, if you wanted to use,
APIs. I mean to say APIs.
yeah, API integration also is there.
Yeah. Okay. So will you be covering those things? Both the data and the applications. Will those be covered?
With respect to Snowflake, right? Like how we are going to use in real projects, all possible scenarios we'll be discussing. Okay, topic wise,
Okay.
all features. Sorry, how you would use them.
Okay.
One question from a data lineage point of view. Is it possible to check the data lineage from end to end?
Data lineage also will be, so Snowflake has got few system defined functions where we can get. Apart from that, if you wanted to use any other tools, suppose as I said, I was telling about DBT, right? In DBT, you will get a lineage. I mean, you can clearly list all the dependencies, okay, which is linked with what. Got it? So there we'll be able to generate the lineage.
Okay.
With respect to governance, with respect to data quality, Snowflake has already got some system-defined functions. Apart from that, like they're adding a lot of other new things also. Say for data quality monitoring, right? You have got options, data governance related, security related. Okay.
Okay. Data quality means we're talking about reconciliation point of view or only specific attribute level point of view. Just think about you were talking about it,
both.
Snowflake as a
Both.
database or data warehouse, right?
Mhm.
We are processing the data from multiple layers. Just think about staging area to some other area. Depends on the terminology. We
Both
can see
things,
that
attribute level as well.
reconciliation also.
Reconciliation as such, like we'll have to build the logic, but for attribute level we have.
Okay. Means we need to write the script or automatically we have the connectors.
Connectors to like other, see, if you have data in cloud storage, we can directly access. Okay. If we have data in on-premises, like say SQL or Oracle or somewhere, like then we have to use any tool, ETL tool, or we'll be using a Python to connect. But majority of the times our data would be in cloud storage, so we can access from there directly to in Snowflake.
Is it possible to connect the streaming data also?
Your voice is breaking up. As we progress, we'll be discussing all those things. Don't worry. Okay, what all things we'll be able to achieve with Snowflake. If you take the ETL capability, as someone was asking, we'll get the ETL capability if the data is available in cloud storage. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, don't mind. I'm just relating it to my thing, so I can collaborate in parallel, and I can say like what all I have worked and all. So that is the reason. So if at all if it is
Got it.
being
Got it.
covered, then
Yeah. So I got
application
it. No worries.
integration
Like
is my
as we,
concern. Yeah.
yeah. So as we progress, right, like in regular sessions, we'll be discussing all the features. What are the use cases? What challenges you face? How we'll do the error handling? All those scenarios. So at that time, you'll get better clarity. Okay. So when we go to that specific topic, you can ask questions related to whatever you have.
Sure. Thank you.
What will be the course duration?
I have explained you, right? Like the course duration would be like say, so this is the 40 hours of Snowflake sessions and say around 10 SQL sessions. Okay. So it will take around 50 days. Okay. Within 2 months, it will be completed.
Okay.
Sunday, since
So
majority
what
of
is the cost?
yeah, well, I will discuss on that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So do you
And
have
also,
any
how about
mock-up
the
interview?
interviews? Sorry.
Exactly, that's the question. Yeah, go ahead.
Mhm.
Mock-up interviews will we contact?
Yeah, I'll discuss with you on that. See, you will get complete resources for you to, like, say, as I said, like, say, see, whatever interview preparation kit you get, right? So from that with respect to Snowflake, 95% of scenarios will be what you get in interviews will be discussed. Will be discussed in our sessions, as well as in your interview preparation kit. You'll be getting that topic wise. Got it? So in case if you once I'll help you with your CV, like say I'll be sharing all the sample CVs and you can prepare as per your understanding whatever you wanted to project. If there are any changes, I can review and share them back. Okay. Then you can create a profile. If you're not able to answer any scenarios as such, I'll be able to help you in case after once you start giving interviews.
Preparing. Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any other questions from anyone, guys? Okay. So I'll keep you posted. Probably we'll have initial SQL session for non-SQL background or data background folks. If you who are not from data background, I know there'll be some confusion for them. Don't worry. We'll be getting started from basic. This is just a demo session. There, as I said, there are people from different background, different levels of experience, even 15 plus years of experience in the current demo as well. So like you guys don't get confused. We'll have one first basic session, database basic session. Then we'll get started with Snowflake. Okay, as I said, every Saturday we'll have a skill session. As you progress, you'll get clarity on things. Don't get confused. So probably on Tuesday, we'll have a SQL session. I'll keep you posted. And from Wednesday and regular Snowflake sessions will get started.
Sir, one question. Are we going to have any real-time projects?
Yeah, we'll be discussing. I have shown you, right? Like as a part of project overview, we'll be discussing the project related stuff, everything. And when we discuss each and every topic itself, we'll be covering in detail, like say, what are the challenges that you face, in which scenarios or use cases where you will use that feature, how we'll do the error handling part, all of that. And in terms of behavior, if there are any challenges or issues that you face. Okay, and in the end, in the project, like you'll get, as a part of project overview, you'll get what all technology stack that we use along with Snowflake. I mean, we'll be discussing that. And here, from project to project, it will vary, right? What you are going to use. So we'll be discussing like what all possible flows you'll have in if you take different clients, and then how you should explain your project. Okay, that's where as you said, and initially also I said, right, majority of the candidates where they'll fail is like to explain the project. For that, you'll get a detailed document how to explain your project. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the questions from anyone?
Thank you. Your session is so informative, and you have very good patience. Thank you.
As progress, as I said, get better clarity on things. Don't worry, for everyone. Okay, whoever has doubts, right? They can stay in the call. Others can drop off. As I said, probably on Tuesday we'll have a SQL session, and from Wednesday onwards, regular Snowflake sessions will start. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
If anyone has any doubts, I'll be still available for some more time. If they can stay in the call and you can discuss.
Thank you. Have a nice